welcome to this week's episode of Success in Women. I'm Linda.
I'm Andrea.
And before we get started, you know how a lot of shows are sponsored by somebody? Well, this show is not sponsored by anybody.
That's true.
But I have to tell you, which I have told you about this can of soup
A few times.
Because it is so amazing. So I just wanted to explain what's been happening lately.
Oh.
So I have been telling my friends, or I have been buying extra cans and giving them out to my friends. I'm actually going to be dropping off one for my ex-husband because I've told him about it already. Even though he lives in a place where the meals are served, sometimes he likes to stay in his own apartment and make his own meals.
Right.
And I've told him this is like amazing. But I was telling a friend of ours that we actually grew up on the same street. I was telling her about it. So since I wasn't up in Sudbury, she went out and bought it.
Oh.
And then her son was there visiting, her adult son, which she sent home some of her cans of soup, and she said she'd buy more. But she found it and she said, oh my God, it really is amazing.
Oh,
and
good.
What's been happening is that, and I'm going to see a friend tonight and I plan to give her a can of soup. But even though we're not sponsored by this, it is such an amazing soup. And this word of mouth is why I'm explaining, because we need you, if you like the show, to spread the word.
Right.
And then people will come back if they really enjoy what we have to say. But when you like something so much, you just want to tell everybody.
Exactly.
And that's what I do. I tell everybody. I at least find out if they've even tried it. And I told another friend up in Sudbury, I said, you must get this. And of course, Costco's the best place because...
And I was at Costco's day before yesterday, and I looked and I said, oh, there's that soup that Linda likes so much. So I'm going to have to try it.
Well, that's the best and cheapest place to buy it because it's in a package of 8.
Right.
And so per unit, it comes out a lot cheaper. So I just had to share that because every time I have a can of this soup, I think of, who else can I share it with? I've already shared it with the neighbors that I have that I know in my building.
Yes, and it's made by Sprague Foods. It's organic lentil soup
100%
with
organic.
Vegetables. So
I think it is a vegetarian soup
vegan
anyway.
certified.
Yeah.
And it is produced in Canada and gluten-free.
It's got everything that you could possibly want.
And even the lining of the can has no BPAs.
Yeah.
Like, that's amazing. So, guys, that's your tip for today. You want something nice and hearty.
And healthy.
Healthy with the cold weather coming.
Yes.
There you go.
That's what I'm thinking, right?
Yeah, look at all the nice ingredients. Everything organic. Onions, carrots, celery, potatoes, tomatoes, spinach, green beans, olive oil, sea salt, balsamic vinegar, organic spices, garlic, and concentrated lemon juice. That's it. No preservatives.
So you understand, like for me being a meat eater, and for those of you that are vegan, I really didn't even know what vegans really eat. I mean, I know what they eat, vegetables and stuff, but I couldn't even imagine something being so tasty. And then when you get something like this and it's vegan certified, and it's like almost like, it's like I could live on being a vegan because it's like, holy moly, I enjoy this so much. And I will have this with like maybe a naan bread. And it's like I just put that in the toaster oven to warm it up. And it's so beautiful with this. Oh my God.
So
what a
go
meal.
out and get yourself some
if you want to be healthy anyway.
Lentil soup. Yes. And it's nice for lunch, something quick. It's right there. Just pop open the can.
That's the thing. You don't even need a can opener. You just whip it. You just whip it open. So one of the things, and why you want to stay tuned in, we're going to be talking about change. And one of the things that we're going to be changing is in January, we're going to, instead of your tip of the week, we're going to be giving you a quote of the week. So today, just one of the ones that I found that I'm going to read to you. I get mine from a certain website. Andrew gets ones every day as well. We're just going to pick the ones that are appropriate. But I really like this one. I saw it yesterday and it said, again, listen to the words, because we're going to talk about words again
later
in another episode,
yes.
How important they are. But stay afraid, but do it anyway. What's important is the action that you take. You don't have to wait to be confident. Just do it, and eventually the confidence will follow. And the reason I like this and it resonated with me is because, recently we've had the, U.S. political presidential election, and Trump has won. by a landslide, I might add. But a lot of people are afraid. They're afraid and they're not confident in themselves now or confident in the future.
Right.
Because they have been fed a lot of, media stuff, and some buy into this. But you have to make your own decision one way or the other. But the fact is, change is happening. And change is happening in America. And it will affect us here in Canada as well.
Yeah.
But
and change can be very good.
Well, I love change because this is why, you get the technology with iPhones and iPads and even AI, which, I absolutely love. My best buddy now is Al. I call him Al, even though he's AI, but it's easier to say Al. And the thing is, it's all about change.
It is about change, and people have to embrace it, because you can't expect to do the same thing over and over and have a different result. It's just not going to happen.
Wasn't that Einstein?
I don't know who, but
I think so.
Somebody, but and it's so true. You can't expect change if you're not willing to change or to take the steps that you need to take to change. And if you're not happy in, say, your job or you're in your home, you're just living day-to-day content. And I read this thing on when you're talking about quotes, it says, do things that give you goosebumps, that get you excited. You're like to get up the next day, and it could be anything. It could be, I want to change my bedspread, and that gets you excited. Like, so now,
well, it really is. Then when something like that you think is trivial, but when you walk into your bedroom and all of a sudden you've got this new, because I actually even bought new sheets this year, and I bought a new duvet. I'm still waiting to look for a cover, but I'm going to wait till I go to Florida. I haven't seen anything here in Canada, but it is exciting.
It is.
And
it's exciting to even go looking for, like you get up and you say, okay, I'm going to check out this store and that store. I'm going to look around. So it gives you a plan for the next day. And I find that exciting. Or you go online, you go through different sites that you have ordered from, like Amazon or Temu or Shein. They have all kinds of stuff. And it's fun.
You know what's interesting? You mentioned about the websites, because recently, my assistant at work borrowed this. It looks like a slow cooker, but it isn't. It's actually a pot. And on top, you can buy it with the steamer. But anyway, it's really nice. So you just plug it in, put your soup or stew or chili or whatever you have, and it heats it up. Instead of putting it in the microwave, you actually use this thing, and it boils it up right away. And it's in this, it's really cool. And so I went to the person who loaned it to my assistant, and I said, that is so cool. I have to buy that for my assistant. And I said, where did you get it? She goes, on Temu. Temu. I see those things pop up on my feed all the time, but I've never known anybody who actually ordered, because a lot of times I see things and they look really cool, but you don't know if they're going to be good quality.
Let me tell you. I just placed, because I've been the same. I've been looking through their website and I'm tempted to order, but sometimes you hear horror stories. But I finally, like you said, I'm afraid, but I did it anyway. I ordered a bunch of items that I was looking at, like, for Christmas and whatnot. So I will give you the lowdown after I get them, and I'll let the viewers know also. And maybe I've seen on Facebook or Instagram where the girls model what they've ordered from Temu and that. So I might even do that. So you get to see the before, like what you see on Facebook and what it actually looks like. So
that's a good idea.
I'm really curious to see. I just finally did it. I said, that's it.
Well, I'm glad you did, because for the longest time I look at the stuff, before I exit out, because it pops up. And I'm like, boy, these things really look nice. But anyway, I'm not always confident that it's going to be what it is. Because don't forget, do you remember when we used to order from the Sears catalog, and what you saw on the model, and then you got it and you think, well, that doesn't look the same. Not even like remotely the same color. But we used to order from the catalog anyway.
Well, my two daughters they order from different websites, and they get a lot of nice things. I mean, my daughter ordered a dress, a long gown from I think it was
Walmart,
Shein or something.
Oh,
no, Sarah did the one from Walmart for $40 for a bridesmaid's dress. It was absolutely gorgeous when you brought it home for us.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
But my other daughter ordered another one recently for a wedding. Came, fit her like a glove, was gorgeous.
Well, I know a lot of people using Shein, and I still haven't even gone in there yet to look. But the other one comes up on my feed.
I like Temu a little better right now. I haven't seen anything on Shein that I want, but I did on Temu because they do a lot of Christmas and tablecloths, home decor, plus jewelry, plus clothing. And so I've ordered a little bit of everything. So I want to see how the quality is. Yeah.
So it's not that the show was to talk about all these websites.
No, it was
really to embrace the change.
And because we would have never went shopping online 10 years ago.
No.
Now that's
it's easier, because I have to tell you, I went to the Bay, and again, I'll make this quick because again, we want to move on with this, but I went to the Bay. The Bay is not like it used to be. The shelves are empty.
Yeah.
Literally what I went in for, I couldn't, and I couldn't even buy what I went there for.
No.
So I bought a couple of things just because I didn't want to waste the shopping point of going there. But I was quite surprised. And now I'm going to be going online to look for those items I couldn't get. But now I'm embracing that change. And even when I look at what's happening in the States, I'm embracing what's to come.
Yes.
Because to me,
it's exciting.
It is exciting.
See, when he first came into the political arena, he had no experience, but now he was president for 4 years. He's, was involved the last 4 years, and he ran again. I think we're going to see a different person this time around.
Well, hopefully, and not as arrogant as he was the first time.
But it's just about the change. As long as he keeps his promises, the people can only benefit from what he promises.
If that's the case, and that's why I think he did so well in the polls. Not the polls, in the actual votes, because the polls did not favor him, and he won anyway.
But people want change.
The people want change.
They're desperate for change.
And that's the thing that we all have to look at. So whether, in your own work environment, they come in and they bring in all these new systems. So what's happening at my work, my assistant was on a virtual assistance meeting, for the whole afternoon. And I was saying, are you learning anything new? She goes, yeah, they're making all these changes. And she goes, they're not in yet, but they're going to be coming. And I got excited when she was telling me about some of the changes, because I said, well, that'll be good for me, because if it suits me to be able to do this online stuff, then it'll be something that I can share with other people as well.
Great.
And I love the idea of what they're saying now that they're going to be coming out with. Change is or can be very good if you will allow it into your space. Because some people never want to change anything. They won't change their routine. They won't change their meals. They won't change anything. But that keeps them stuck in a place. And I don't believe that they're getting excited then on whatever it is. And I really get excited when I get to go to work on Monday. I get to go. I don't have to go because I could just quit. I can retire. Why would I do something that I really enjoy? Why would I stop doing that?
Yeah, it gives you joy.
It gives me lots of joy. And I'm not getting the goosebumps like that like I'll say a new relationship would do, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close. So.
Or like they say, your life doesn't get better by chance. It gets better by change.
Yeah.
And
that's such a great line.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
Yeah, it is. You don't just sit around and wait. I always say to my girls, you don't just sit here and wait for opportunities to come to you. You have to go out there and fight for jobs or fight for relationship, and look in better places. Like even if you're looking for a mate, don't just sit at home.
No, that's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen.
They're not coming to the door. I can guarantee that.
Yeah. I said to them, join a bowling team or like something you're very interested in.
Yes.
You know? And somebody said to me once, if you want to find a good catch, join a golfing club or a yacht club or a rowing club.
Actually, it's true though, and I've heard that even with the rowing club, that somebody had met their the person they ended up with at a rowing club.
Look at our curling club. I can't even tell you how many couples met there and got married on our Friday social night.
Yeah, and I was still married at the time, so
yeah.
I should be curling now, not then. But anyway, that's okay.
You know, if you want change, start thinking about how you can make that happen.
Yeah, even little things, you know.
Little things, exactly. Like, you know, getting up and moving something. You know, like, well, you know, that's always been in that corner. Well, move it.
So it's interesting you said that, because there's been a picture that I've had to hang up in my apartment forever, sitting on the floor. I had it reframed, and it's been sitting on the floor. And finally, I said, you know what, I have to hang it up. But then I decided where I was going to hang it up. Instead, the picture that was above my sofa, I moved to that wall and put the picture that because they're basically sort of, they go together kind of thing. And it was like, instead I made the change of, at least now when I look over my sofa, it's a new picture.
It's a new picture.
Yeah. And I didn't mind, because it's kind of like, why not?
Exactly. Like even like here on this hallway here that I had a picture from my other house. And when I moved, I just put it basically in a focal point. And it was a nice picture, good enough. It was whatever. But then I was downstairs and I saw this picture that I have loved since the day I bought it. And I decided, you know what? I'm taking that one down. I don't care if anybody likes it or not. And I don't care even if it matches. I'm putting it up there. And so I did. I took the other one down, I put it up, and I love it. I'm so happy with it. So there you go. You're afraid to make a change because you think, what, somebody else might not like it?
And I was just going to say, Andrea, you brought a good point.
Yeah.
I don't care what somebody else thinks. It's what I think. Exactly. And this is what I want to do. Yeah. Why not?
Why not? Why are we afraid of change? I don't know.
But also, why are we worried about what somebody else is going to think? Why do we care?
Yeah. Or that you might fail. Now, there's another thing.
Yeah.
I saw a quote from Steve Harvey. It says, don't be ashamed of how many times you've fallen, but be proud of how many times you've gotten back up.
I love that.
You know, because that's a lot of times we do that. We'll say, oh, you know, I'm not going to bother because, you know, I'll probably fail anyways. And a funny little thing was my grandson, when he first started skating, and, you know, we're all had high hopes, you know, Canadians, hockey players, right? So he went for his first lessons, whatever. And it kind of, it really made me giggle and feel good inside. And I said to him, so how did you like it? How did you like skating? He goes, yeah, I liked it, but I'm not very good at it. I said, oh, are you going to go?
Lesson?
Yeah, are you going to go back? Oh yeah, I'll try again. You know what I thought to myself? You know, the mouths of babes, right? Yep. You know, and he was being honest that, yeah, I liked it, but not very good at it. I was laughing.
How perfect is that, though?
Yeah.
Because we're not perfect in the beginning. We're not good at something.
And now he's playing hockey like you wouldn't believe. Yeah. So at least he didn't quit. And I didn't even know what I had to say.
Yeah.
You know, like, because, you know, a lot of kids might say, oh, I didn't like it, I'm not going back. But he didn't. He said, I'm not very good at it, but yeah, I'll try again.
Yeah.
You know, like, so I love that spirit. And that's the spirit we should have. You know, like, okay, you have to try something a couple of times. You're not going to be perfect at it at first. Like for me, I've always been athletic. Love to skate, love to play ringette, love to play. But skiing, I never got into it. And I tried once, twice, 3 times, because my husband was such an avid skier. I finally just said, listen, I'll be having hot chocolate in the chalet. You go have fun, knock yourself out, you know? So that's another thing. You don't want to stop somebody else from enjoying.
Right, but you want to at least try to give it a shot. And if you don't like it, you don't have to do it.
Exactly.
But don't quit just the first time because you think, oh, I've fallen, I'm not going to do it anymore. Mm-hmm. Andrea had something written down about the fact that it only takes like around 15 years to become an overnight success.
Yeah.
And I love that quote because, you know, Andrea and I are going to be having our 3rd anniversary in January for the show, and we're not an overnight success yet, but maybe in 15 years, so we got another 12 years to go before we can finally say we've reached our numbers. And people are saying, wow, you guys are really good. You know, an overnight success because they just discovered us.
Well, and people are even shocked to know that we do this. Like when I was at the doctor's the other day and, you know, I can't remember what was happening. And I said, oh, my girlfriend's coming over. We're filming for our YouTube. She said, what? I said, yeah, I have a YouTube channel. You do? Like they're shocked, you know. I said, yeah, we're having a lot of fun. Oh, that's great. That's fantastic. You know, they have a different outlook on you. They don't look at you as an old lady anymore. You know, you're out there living life, having fun.
Yeah.
Embracing change.
I was at a wake recently, and a couple of the ladies that I had run into, we're all curlers. A lot of us, well, the ones that were sitting together, we're all curlers, and the one who had passed was a curler. But anyway, we were chatting and they were asking what was new and stuff. And I was telling them about my channel too. So I did send them the link. They said, oh, they want to see. So I'm hoping that they tune in. And
yeah, most people do say that. Oh, send me the link.
But they did ask, for the link. So hopefully the thing is, because the link works for me. It doesn't always work when I, try to pass it on to somebody else. For some reason on their computer, we're not coming up yet. Yes. Google or whoever has to kind of raise us to the top so people can find us. Because the more they find us, we will have more people.
Linda Andrea, Success in Women, it comes up right away.
Right, but I had just given them the link because when I went into the link and copied it, it only showed at Success in Women. So it didn't put the Linda Andrea, and I didn't tell them, but they didn't text me back to say they didn't get in, but they didn't actually text me to say they did. So I really don't know, but I should check in with them to see if they're having problems. But
I get so much feedback from a lot of friends, about, they love the tips, they love the show, and so, we're reaching people.
Yeah, and we're having fun doing it. We don't mind. This is what gives us goosebumps. We get to do this for you,
something
for
to
us.
Look forward to. Yeah. Okay, we're going to get together this day, that day. We're going to do
this,
do that.
That's all the embracing change kind of stuff.
That's right.
Yeah, because we have to make time to do something we really enjoy.
Yeah.
And we get to do this.
And it's been fun.
Yeah.
And it still is fun.
Yeah, it is. It is. Even after almost 3 years, it's still fun. And by the way, ladies, I know we mentioned this a while back and we've forgotten to tell you, but we are going on a cruise on Virgin Cruise Line
in March.
In March on the 15th for a week. And they still have vacancies. So if you want to join us on that, we'll put the link below so that if you need and want to check it out, you can at least find us and see if you want to join us.
It's more like for is it more?
It's
like
more networking and stuff. There's over 400 people right now that are signed up to go, but they still have cabins available. And what they plan to do is do this annually. So if you really enjoy it, like we're hoping that we really enjoy it. We can do this every year in March and should be a lot of fun. A lot of like-minded people,
Right.
So
and we always have fun on a cruise ship.
We do. Regardless of everybody else.
Regardless, exactly.
Because you know what? We just go with the flow. We're good with change.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. So if you enjoyed the episode, we hope that you give us the thumbs up and
please like,
share,
and please subscribe.
We do need you.
Subscribe and share because a lot of your friends might be really interested in what we have to say or just something to do and sit and listen to two women chat.
Because don't forget, we're on a podcast, so you don't have to watch us if you don't have time, but you're going for a walk or going to the gym, you can always download, the Spotify and listen to us.
Yeah.
So until next week, I'm Linda.
I'm Andrea. Have a great week, ladies.
Have a great week.
Bye.